Right, we're going all Alfred Hitchcock for this one. Light switch on said wall, light on. What the plan is here is to show you how to get turn all the gear on and turn get a vocal through through the desk into Cubase and back again, so we can hear it and set levels and things. Right, first thing we need to do, work the desk up. Wiggy. First thing we need to do, once the cover's off, make sure the volume's down before we turn anything on. Switches are on the wall, just here. Turn them both on. We shouldn't get a big thump because the volume's down. Next thing to do is to turn on the computer. Leave the computer kick into life. Right, a couple of little things to be aware of. This is more so in the little control room. We need to make sure this is on 44.1 and this comes up and it says it's green on locked and red on internal. And then these knobs are all turned up loud, and all these knobs here are just right up at 12 o'clock. That'll be tremendous. Next thing we've done is we've plugged a microphone cable into the back of the desk, and then we need to make sure that all these switches are out, that the EQ is off, that we have the fader panned to the left, because we're going to use a butter sign button, and these are located here where my big finger is. And then we're just going to turn this fader up to 0 dB. Next thing we're going to do is load on the old base of Q. So while that's loading on, we're going to have a look over. So fundamentally, if we whiz back here, we can see the left-hand side of the desk is where the microphones come in, and the right-hand side of the desk is where the sound comes back from Cubase. Well, fundamentally from the audio interface. Right, we're gonna turn up on 17 and 18, and make sure we've got left and right pressed in, and the pan control turned left and right. We can now turn the volume in here to 10 o'clock, if you think of it as a dial on a watch. Right, bin all that off. So bin all this off. I'm just going to go File, New Project, Create Empty, and then what we're going to look for is, I've got my folder here, and it's in Hog Test, but I've got my folder here in Hog Test. What you will be looking for, I've labelled it Initial Task, Initial Recording Task, Task 1. I haven't come up with a title for it yet. What we're going to do is we're going to record into there. So this folder needs to be empty. Because it's not empty, it might not let us play, but we'll have a go anyway. So if I just go back to there and click Select Folder, yeah, brilliant. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click and create an audio track. What it's going to ask us to do is it's asked us for our audio input and our audio output. So what we're going to do here is we're going to quickly press F4 on the numeric keypad, on the pad, on the desk thing. Oh, it's not working with that on. There we go. Try again. F4. There we go. And there is two presets already in here. One for the inputs. 8 it's like new inputs, 8 subgroups, out to audio interface. That's fine for there. The one that we want is the outputs, and then we're going to click 8 mono outs and 2 stereo on 1 and 2. So what that actually means is it's the 1 and 2 out from the audio interface. So they'll be coming back on channel 17 and 18. So let's click back in here, click on Add an Audio Track, and we can see the audio input is already got subgroup 1 and stereo out, and the name we could just put down as hog, and that'll label your wave, which we know is super important. There's the track. Just pop the monitor track on. We can see we've got a level, got a level, got a level. How did we get that level? So the way that we got that level is we first, microphones plugged in the back as we've seen earlier, which just caught around the desk. And then what we've done is we've got the gain control here. And what we're going to do is we're going to set that level till we see 0 on this control here. So first off, let's press the solo in and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. There, it's hitting up just up to the just below the 0. Turn the solo off. Next thing that we need to do is we need to use the bus assign buttons, and where these are found just below the left and right, and we're going to press 1 and 2, and we're going to use the pan control for its other function, pan to the left, and that'll send the subgroup, the signal to the fader. Actually, it comes after the fader, then to the subgroup assign, and that narrows it down a bit more. We have the subgroup up here, and we should see a level here. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Some reverb. Actually, it's a delay of it coming through the system. Call that latency. It's horrible. Hit the record button on the channel, then hit record. Then we're going to go 1, 2, elephant, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, clever am I being able to count. Brilliant. Right, let's stop that there. Just press the cut so we can't hear the mic. Press stop on the space bar. And what we're going to do now is just have a listen back to see if that signal's playing through. Then we're going to go 1, 2, elephant, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, clever am I being able to count. Brilliant. Right, let's stop that there. So we can see that's played back. What was interesting at the beginning is I didn't have the mic close to my close to my mouth, and you can hear how little the mic picks up. Just there. We'll be exploring that later on. Right, and that's it. So remember, when you turn the desk off, to turn this back to 0.